This is simultaneous equations in 3 variables. So how do we go about finding x, y, and z? Okay, so we're going to have to start by dealing with equations 1 and 2, which is 2x plus 3y minus 2z equals 1, and x for equation 2 plus 5y plus z equals 10. So which variable would you like to eliminate? For me, I would choose the z, and then x and y left behind. So in order to eliminate z, here is a negative 2, and in equation 2 there is a positive 1. So we're going to have to make these two coefficients the same coefficients. These two variables have to have these same coefficients. So in order to do that, I'm going to have to multiply everything by 2, or rather by negative 2, and here by positive 1. Even by positive 2 is okay. So the first one is just going to be the way it is, which is 2 plus 3y minus 2z, which is equal to 1. And then the second one, 2 by x is 2x, plus 2 by 5 is 5y, 2 by z is going to be a 2z, and this is going to be a 20. And so right now all we have to do is subtract. Since we don't have to subtract if the signs here are different, so we have to add. Since they are different, so they definitely gonna have to give us a 0. So if we're doing that, then we have to use this sign for everything. So this is gonna be a 4x, and this is gonna be this is 10. This was 10. 2 by 5 is 10. 13y, and then here is going to give us a 0. So finally we're going to have a 21 here, and this is going to be equation 5. Okay, so from here we're going to have to go back to the original equations, which is there are 3 equations actually. Equation 1 and 2, equation 1, 2, and 3. So we used equation 1 and 2. So in order to find the next equation with two variables like here, we're going to have to use the other equation which we never used, and one of the equations that we used. So in my case, I'm going to have to choose equation 2, the one I used, and the other equation 3, which I never used. So x plus 5y plus z equals 10, and 7x minus 2y minus 3z equals 3. So since in the first instance I chose to eliminate z, even this time I'm going to have to eliminate z. So in order to eliminate z, I'm going to have to multiply this. Since in equation 3 here it's negative 3, so even half here I have to multiply by 3, and here by 1. So this is going to be 3 times x is 3x, 3 times 5y is going to be 15y, and 3 by z is going to be 3z, 3 by 10, 30. And equation 3 is going to have to remain the way it is because it's being multiplied by 1. So this is 7x minus 2y minus 3z equals 3. So all we have to do is, since the signs are different, all we have to do is add. But if at all the signs were the same, we're going to have to subtract. So in this case we have to add. So this is going to be a 10x, this is going to be a 13y, and finally this goes, the z goes, the 30 plus 3 is 33. So we have got the equation. Now this was equation 4. Remember, from equation 1, 2, 3, and then we made an equation 4. So this has to be equation 5. So now, equation 4 and 5 are going to have to be dealt together the way we do either elimination or substitution. But since we're doing elimination, we're going to have to use elimination. We're going to have to use elimination for equation 4 and 5. 10x plus 13y equals 33. So now, what are we going to choose to eliminate here? We're going to have to eliminate 13, since already 13 for y. We're going to have to eliminate y because y has got the same coefficients in both equations. So since the signs are the same, so we're going to have to subtract. 4 minus 10 is going to have to be a negative 6x, and this one, the y goes, and then this side, 21 minus 33 is 21 minus 33 is going to give us a negative 12. If we divide both sides by a negative, the reciprocal of 6, and here the negative reciprocal of 6 is this one cancels here, and this, the negative goes, the negative, so this is going to be a positive x. The negative and the negative goes, it becomes a positive. The 12, the 6 divides into 12, this is going to give us a 2. So our x is 2. Up next, we're going to have to substitute the 2 into one of the equations, equation 4 or equation 5. So in my case, I'm going to have to choose equation 4 to substitute my x. So my x is going to be equation 4 is 4x plus 13y equals 21. And where there is x, I'm going to substitute a 2 plus 13y equals 21. And then here the 2 become the 4 times 2 becomes 8 plus 13 y equals 21. If we subtract both sides by 8, my 13y here becomes 13, and then divide both sides by 13 gives me a 1. So I found my x and my y. So now I found my x and my y. So now all I have to do is get these two variables, which I've already found, into one of the equations, which is which am I going to choose, equation 1, 2, or 3. If you look at the equations, equation 2 is simpler, so I'm going to use equation 2 to find the last variable, which is z. So what I have to do is copy this equation, which is x plus the equation 2 plus 5y plus z equals 10. So now I'm going to substitute. The x is 2, the y is 1 plus the z, and then 10. So this is 7, this is 5 times 1 is 5 plus 2 is 7, so this is going to be 7 plus z equals 10. This is z. Okay, so if we subtract both sides 7, it's going to give us z equals 10 minus 7, 3. So I've got x equals 2, y equals 1, and z equals 3.